the topic which I give for the corporates. The topic goes like this: five senses and the family. So what does our five senses has to do with the family, the relationships, the happiness at home? Yes, it has got a lot of connections. The fact is that we need to understand how these five senses, starting from smell to eyes, nose, and the relationship, this side with the children, with the husband, with the elders at home. Yes. So that there is a greater connectivity, and if we understand that connectivity, we will be able to feel that happiness at home. We will be able to feel the vibe, the positive vibe at home. So let us begin with the first sense, the mouth. But here, when I speak about mouth, it is the words we speak. And you know what? Every single word we speak has incredible power. Incredible power. Both science and our ancient literature speaks about it. If we just go deeper into neuroscience, the other side, if we go just little more into the ancient scriptures, they speak about how words have power. The words have Shakti. Let me just share with you an example. Most of us, we have the tendency of telling, I have some problem here. There is, office also, there is some problem in personal side too. So these days, I'm just have to tackle all those problems. So we unknowingly speak these words, but the fact is that when you repeat that word problem, do you know what happens? Again and again, we get immersed in the problem, and there is no way our mind gets ready to find a solution. So you might ask me a question. Hey Priya, does it mean that if I change the word, the problem, does it mean that all my problems will be solved? I'm not guaranteeing that. What I mean to say here is that if you change the word, the problem, to the challenge, definitely it makes a difference in your energy, in your enthusiasm to solve it. See, if you keep telling the problem, I have a problem at office. Later, when you just sit and think, you'll be like wondering, why is it that coming to me again and again? How am I going to face this problem? And why is that every problem comes to me here? So you become more negative. Your thoughts will become more negative, your emotions. And obviously, when you're loaded with negative emotions, do you understand that you will not be able to focus in your work? You will not be able to focus in your family life because your attention is split. Mind is like not trying to solve. Mind is like again and again thinking the problem on one side. The other side, you're not able to focus as well. No concentration. So work gets affected. Family life gets affected. And at the end of the day, you'll be loaded with more problems. That's what is going to happen. But take a minute to understand. Change the word from problem to challenge. When you say, yeah, I'm good, but I have some challenge at office. I have a challenge in business. When you say that, what happens inside your mind? Because the word you speak, the words you speak, you're hearing it first. And what you hear and what you see, it becomes your thoughts. Thoughts becomes emotions, and emotions becomes your action or behavior. TEA. Thoughts changes into emotions, emotions changes into action, right? So what you hear, I have a challenge. So when your brain listens to the word challenge, it gets ready. The mind gets ready. For what? It gets ready to find solution. It will start looking out for options. Can I do this? Can I just try to do this? So your mind starts thinking of options to solve it. And finally, once the options are on your table, definitely your mind is clear and you will be able to choose the best option to solve it. Just by changing one single word now, rather than getting immersed in the problem, now you're out of it. Not only out of it, now You have set the complete platform to solve it, to find a solution. I don't know whether you all remember, but I do remember my childhood. My brothers, elder and younger, we used to play. And sometimes, I'll be so tired, I say, I'm not coming to play with you. Then immediately, my elder brother, he'll come and tell me, hey, challenge, do you come with me? Let's see who goes and touch mom first. Because for that one chocolate, the challenge, if you do first, I'll give you a chocolate. So somewhere, I'll be like so down, I'm not coming to play with you. But the moment he says, coming for challenge, you get ready, mind get ready. I used to get ready that way. I'll say, okay, come, challenge. Let me see who's going to touch Amma first and get the chocolate. I'm sure if you think you also would have had some childhood experience like that. So certain words, it creates a kind of energy within you. Likewise, I'll tell you, when somebody asks you, how are you? It may appear to be a simple question, but it carries a lot of meaning in itself. In our culture, that's the first question we ask the person. Like, for example, when somebody introduces, hey, this is so and so. You don't ask them, where are you working? What have you studied? Which is your native? All that may be later. But what will be the first question? How are you? Yes. So that is one question which has got a lot of meaning. And the way you answer that question, it makes another level of difference in your life. If you say like, I'm good, with a short, sweet smile on your face, if you say, I'm good, yes, it means you are creating a positive energy for yourself and you're also giving positive energy to the next person. And that giving positive energy to the next person is one absolute help you're doing to the mankind. And you're helping yourself with positive energy as well. Instead of telling that I'm good, if you just say, yeah, life goes on, nothing big. It keeps moving. Nothing big here these days. If you just, have a frowning, face and you are with low energy and you speak like this, you hear it, your brain perceives the same and your brain accepts whatever you speak. See, the neuroscience, if you go deeper, you will understand. But you need to understand the fact, whatever you say, your brain accepts as it is without any change. So if you say life just goes on, it's moving on, nothing big, then the brain accepts that, then your life will be in the same flow. Instead, say with a short, sweet smile on your face, I'm good, how are you? Yes, because words have incredible power. If you want, you can just, if you have time, you can just, go a little more into the neuroscience and the ancient scriptures. But this is a fact. Words have Shakti, the power. So the words you choose positive words. The words you choose the right words. When you speak to your husband, when you speak to elders, when you speak in your office, when you speak to your children. Yes, you do. Try this out and definitely will you feel the difference. And one more thing to add on here. It's not only the words I'm talking about, it's the way you speak the words. That also makes a lot of difference. You can tell your child, go sit and study. That is one way. Another way, the same words, go sit and study. Just go near the child and tell the child, go beta, go sit and study. It makes a lot of difference. So the way you speak, the tone, the facial expression, the emotion you show in the words, that makes a lot of difference. If your child says, I have exam, I don't know, I'm a little nervous today, all that if they say. And if you repeat, it all happens, okay, it's nothing, just get going, be confident. This is one way. But the same way, just go near your child and if you say, just be confident. You can do it. It's okay to feel nervous, but definitely just you be confident. So the way you speak, it makes a lot of difference. Even to your husband. Even when you just go give a cup of coffee and if you say, yeah, coffee here, take it. This is one way, coffee here, take it. Rather than that, just go near him, touch his shoulders and say, hey, coffee, let's have it together. Huh? So that few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, according to the time you can spend for yourself. But I recommend It means not recommend. I humbly request that coffee time, make it as a couple time. It's a together time in the morning. So maybe 8 to 10 minutes spend together. Speak good things which had happened in your life earlier, or speak some things which is very important for you to discuss. So take that time, exclusively for yourself, and you speak to yourself. You say, this is coffee. Shall we have it together? So with a short, sweet smile, if you both sit together and if you start your day, imagine the energy you both carry. And what energy you carry within you is what you give it to your children as well, to give it to the elders as well. So make that coffee time as a couple time. It works. It works wonders. It's magical. But the fact is that when you sit together, talk about important things which you want to discuss and speak openly, and maybe something which you had in your life, some good moments in your life, those talks, those exchange of words, the conversation between you, it creates a lot of bonding within you. So every word you speak, it has power, and every word, the way you speak, it carries a lot of emotions in you. So focus on the words. Let us speak positive. Let us bring out the positive emotion within ourselves. And this small change in the way you do things at home is going to create a big difference at home and at office, because what is at home is what we carry to the outside world. So create that positive energy vibe at home with your words and with the way you speak those words. Thank you very much.